Three true horror stories you should never hear alone by David. Story 1, don't answer at 3:33 a.m. Urgent whisper. If someone knocks at 3:33 a.m., don't answer. It's not outside. People say 3:33 a.m. is just a creepy number, a fake witching hour made for horror videos. But no one explains why so many people wake up at exactly the same time. I live alone in a rented house far from the city. No close neighbors, no streetlights. The first night I woke up sweating. My phone screen turned on by itself. 3:33 a.m. Then I heard knocking. 3 slow knocks on the front door. Not loud, not rushed. Like whoever was knocking already knew I was awake. Then I heard my mother's voice. "Open the door," she said softly. "I'm cold." My mother died 2 years ago. I didn't move. The voice sighed, and then it said something only she used to say to me as a child. That's when I started crying. The doorknob turned, but the door never opened. At 3:34 a.m., silence returned. The next morning, I found fingerprints on the door. They were on the inside. On the 7th night, the knocking didn't come from the door. It came from my bedroom mirror. I saw my reflection smiling, even though I wasn't. It knocked 3 times from inside the glass and whispered, "You didn't answer fast enough, so I learned another way in." That was the last night I slept facing the mirror. The last bus home. If you ever ride the last bus at night, make sure you're not the only one breathing. I used to work the night shift. Every night I took the same bus home at 1:40 a.m. Same driver, same empty seats. One night the bus stopped at a terminal it never stopped at before. The lights flickered. A man got on. He sat directly behind me. I could hear his breathing, slow, wet. The bus started moving again. I checked the reflection in the window. There was no one behind me, but the breathing was closer. The driver suddenly spoke into the speaker. "Please don't look at the passengers." Too late. I turned my head slightly. The man didn't have a face, just smooth skin stretching where eyes and a mouth should be. He leaned forward and whispered, "You weren't supposed to see me yet." The bus stopped suddenly. The doors opened. Everyone stood up. I realized something horrifying. Every passenger looked exactly like me. Same face, same clothes. The driver turned around and said, "This is your stop." I ran. The next morning, CCTV footage showed the bus arriving empty, but one seatbelt was still buckled. The camera that never turned off if your phone camera turns on by itself. Don't check the footage. I bought a used phone online. Cheap, almost new. The first night, I woke up to the camera light on, recording, facing me. No app open, no notification. I deleted the video without watching it. The next night, it recorded again. This time, the video was longer. At the end of the clip, something moved behind me. Something tall, something thin. On the 3rd night, I finally watched the full video. The thing leaned close to my ear and whispered, "He can see us now." I dropped the phone. That night, I woke up unable to move. Sleep paralysis. The phone camera turned on, recording. The thing stepped into view. It was wearing my face. The last video on that phone is still there. It's recording right now. If you're watching this and your phone suddenly feels warm, check your camera because it learned how to look through mine. This channel is run by David, and these stories were shared as warnings. If you're watching late at night, look behind you just to make sure you're still alone. If you like this type of story, please like, share, and subscribe. If you love your mother, if not well, the nightmare will follow you. USA urban legend. The man who walks the back roads. Every small town in America has roads no one takes anymore. Not because they're blocked, but because something walks them. In rural Appalachia, there's a stretch of road locals call Miller's Cut. It doesn't appear on GPS anymore, and if you ask about it, people change the subject. Truckers refuse to drive it at night. Teenagers dare each other to visit, and some never come back the same. The legend says if you drive Miller's Cut between 1 and 3 a.m., you'll see a man walking. No flashlight, no car, just a tall figure in old work clothes, head down, moving slowly along the shoulder. If you pass him, do not stop. If he looks at you, do not look back. And whatever you do, do not let him reach your car. In 1998, a college student named Eric ignored the warnings. He was driving home after a late shift, tired, half asleep, when his radio cut to static as he turned onto the road. His headlights flickered, then settled. That's when he saw the man. Tall, too tall, long arms hanging past his knees, walking against traffic. Eric slowed down. He later said it felt like his foot was being pressed down by someone else. As he passed, the man turned his head. His face wasn't blurred. It wasn't shadowed. It was wrong, stretched, pale, smiling in a way that didn't move the eyes. Eric sped up. In his rearview mirror, the man was still there, still walking, still smiling. 5 minutes later, Eric glanced again. The man was closer, not running, not changing pace, just closer. Eric slammed the gas. The road twisted unnaturally, looping longer than it should have. Trees leaned inward. The air grew thick, like breathing through cloth. His radio began whispering, low, broken words layered under static. Pull over. I'm tired. Just need a ride. Something knocked on the trunk. Once, twice. Then a handprint appeared on the rear window, too large to be human. Eric screamed and didn't stop driving until sunrise. When he finally reached town, his car stalled in front of a diner. People ran out, thinking he'd been in an accident. They saw the back of the car first. Mud streaks ran from the trunk to the roof, and carved into the dust on the rear window were words written from the outside. You looked. Eric never spoke about that night again. He dropped out of school, moved away, refused to drive, but the sightings didn't stop. In 2007, a couple driving Miller's Cut claimed the man appeared in the back seat, breathing between them, whispering directions. In 2015, a dash cam recorded a figure standing in the middle of the road, until the footage corrupted, freezing on a single frame. The most terrifying part of the legend? The man isn't always walking. Sometimes, he's already waiting. Locals say if your car suddenly feels heavier, if your mirrors won't show behind you, if you hear breathing that isn't yours, don't stop, don't speak, and never check the back seat, because the man who walks the back roads doesn't chase, he rides. Some roads were abandoned for a reason.